All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Happy Fierce Female Friday. Oh my goodness, it is also a really, truly divinely feminine Friday as Friday the 13th. Those of you who follow me personally, I highly recommend jumping over to my personal profile. I wrote a really fun article about the origins of Friday the 13th and how Friday, the day Friday, is really related to women. It's related to Venus, it's related to Freya, and all these amazing female archetypes of mythology. And then, of course, the number 13 is related to moon cycles, which, many of us either are in or just out of, or have little ones going into. So lots of really cool divine feminine stuff around Friday the 13th. And of course, we love our Black kitties. So we have an amazing guest to introduce you to today. Before we do that, we of course have our updates. As I'm sharing the updates, please, please, please drop in the comments what city and state you are watching from so that we can get connected from sea to shining sea. Okay, so the event's coming up, everyone, right? We know that. 8:31, we have our amazing pre-conference wine tasting and networking with the Mondavi sisters. If you have not RSVP'd for that or gotten your optional wine kit, please hop on over to IamWomanUp.com to take care of that. You can also get your passes there, which are required to attend the pre-conference networking and wine tasting with the Mondavi sisters. So get your tickets, RSVP, get your kit. And as we kind of teased last week, the squads are back. The website is up. The templates are ready. The wave makers are busy behind the scenes putting their squads together. If you were not here last year, if you did not attend the virtual conference and you're wondering what the heck is a squad, oh my goodness, we had so much fun building these. It was our version of creating virtual tables. These are the people that when you see a conference you want to go see and you want to just bring them with you, you want to share the table, you want to grab a coffee, you want to talk about the event afterwards in the lounge over a glass of bubbles. Those are the people that are in your squad. So this is a way for you to get excited about seeing each other, having the conference together. And then of course, we give you a couple of ways to really dig into connecting with that group. And one of them, which is the last, is my favorite. And that is creating text strings with your squad so that all year long, you can keep connected to those people and you can talk about the things that you learned at the WomanUP conference and you can really keep them alive and kicking in your everyday. So head on over to IamWomanUp.com/2021-squads and find the template, find the 5 steps, all kinds of goodness there. And then last but not least, of course, is swag. I showed this puppy last week. I know, Leslie, you're going to say it looks like I'm drinking from a plant. This is the wine tumbler, but of course I have water in it right now. So you can put whatever you want in it, hot or cold. And then I just got this puppy a couple days ago. This is the new white mug. And this is for the right-handed drinkers who want the logo showing when they're on video. Of course, you're looking at IamWomanUp.com when you're drinking it, but this shows the logo on the outside. So those of you who've been asking for a video-friendly mug, there it is. So head on over to IamWomanUp.com again. If you want to order a couple things, use Summer Swag 10. That gets you 10% off your next order. Okay, so passes, wine, squads, swag. Whew. Leslie, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm so happy to be here and talk to Robin, and Robin is in Berkeley, which brings back so many memories of my college years. So I'm really excited about hearing everything she has to say. And what's on my mind is a conversation I had with Bernice Ross this week, and Bernice and I go way back to the John Douglas days, and a long time ago for all the newbies there. But Bernice is really one of the icons of our industry. Has written for Inman for years, but before that, developed educational curriculum for agents. It has really been cutting edge and just a wonderful woman. And we talked a lot about kind of reinvention, and what keeps you young and what what is age and what does that mean and where are you in life and all of those great kinds of things. And so what I wanted to share today is a little bit personal. It has nothing to do with the economy, although I do want to again tell you the jobs numbers from last Friday were absolutely fabulous, and I think we're moving through this pretty well. But to just tell you, I did something really outside of my comfort zone, and I had a 1 hour session today with a stylist who my daughter, who lives in Atlanta, had met with, and she had met her through a women's group that she belongs to. And it was just about kind of feeling not uncomfortable in my wardrobe, but my wardrobe just doesn't really match what I'm doing anymore. You know, I'm not doing 60 speeches a year and on 7 a.m. flights, you know, 3 times a week and all of that stuff that I used to do. And I kind of had my capsule wardrobe uniform that I was really comfortable in. And I don't do that anymore, and I'm not living in the same kind of climate anymore. And I'd like to experience a little bit of color, but as someone whose wardrobe is 85% black and white, every time I put on color, I feel like I look like a clown, like, what is this? So I needed a professional to talk to, and we had a wonderful hour-long session today, and I don't really want to divulge anymore because we'll kind of see how it goes gradually, but I really feel a little bit unstuck and excited about wearing clothes that fit where I am today. So that's kind of what's on my mind. So stay tuned from the corner of reinvention here. I'd be happy to share in my tips and tricks, you know, what's working and what isn't.
I love that so much, you know, and for those of you who did not catch Leslie's conversation with Kathy Chartog, is Chartog's how you say the last name, right? Chartog?
Charit. Kathy Charit. Yeah.
Say it one more time. One of these days I'll remember.
Kathy Charit. Anyway, yeah, she's an
Kathy,
angel.
Go check that out, because they talked about the book More Than a Body, and they talked about just our comfort in our own skin and, you know, really reclaiming who we are and being able to be fully ourselves. And the clothes we wear are such a big part of that, Leslie. And I hear you. I mean, I'm kind of feeling the same, right? I was joking on a text string with Sarah. I'm like, I need to find opportunities where I can wear my goddess gowns on stage now. Like, I don't want to ever put on a suit again. Like, I don't even want to put on a dress or Spanx or nylons or anything. Like,
right. I've been in yoga pants for the last year and a half, and I don't want to live that way 100%.
Yes.
Either, you know, and so that's kind of the mission I'm on, is to find another sweet spot.
Yes. And I think that that's the beauty of this season, right? Like, there was so much trauma and tragedy that happened over the last 18 months, but there are also these beautiful, you know, silver linings, platinum linings that we are able to step into authentically being ourselves, which leads me to perfectly into talking about Ms. Robin Treasure, who is our guest today. Welcome, Robin. May I read a little bit about you?
Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. So Robin is a sales trainer, speaker, mentor, and author. And I love this line from her site and from her bio. Are you ready? She says, she is happiest when helping others to succeed in their sales career and achieve true wealth in the form of income, self-actualization, and fulfillment. That's so amazing. When Robin is not writing a book, which we'll talk about, mentoring teams, or learning a new language, you can find her hiking, taking a bar class, or spending time with her daughter and loved ones. Now, of course, for those of you who have already purchased your tickets to the 2021 Courageous Reinvention Workshops, you've seen Robin's face. She's actually teaching our heart-powered selling workshop. That is the morning of day 2. And we are so thankful to have you, Robin. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you. And I'm really thrilled to be here with you. So thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. You know, we were introduced to you a few, like 2-3 months ago from Bill Brown.
Yes. And Bill is just amazing. So amazing. I'm so glad to know Bill. So
Yay.
glad.
So many of us in the community also
Yes.
really do love and honor Bill. And we are so grateful for that introduction. And, when we were putting together this, have this lineup, right? We didn't know what it was going to look like. What we do know about this community is the right voices always show up at the right time.
I love that.
And you showed up at the exact right time. And so we've read your bio, and there's a little bit more information about you on I Am WomanUP. But one of the things we like to talk about around here, Robin, are leadership stories, like the lessons and things we've learned in our careers that have made us the true deep leaders we are today. So what's your favorite leadership story or lesson in your career?
Yes, yes. Well, first of all, I really believe that true leadership is about empowering others and helping others to shine, right? And part of that is shining your own light in order to show others what is possible, but really helping them to step into their power and shine their light. And so for me, true leadership is less about telling people what to do, and instead helping them identify what is the next best step to take, right?
Ooh, yes.
So I've really had the honor of coaching some amazing women in sales. And so let's see, when you ask me to think about, a specific story, a story to share, what comes to mind is one of my coaching clients, whom I will call Julie. And Julie, when we first started working together, Julie was not confident. She was not confident in her sales skills, right? She was worried about reaching her quota. She was not confident about how she was approaching clients. And this is all true despite the fact that she had quite a bit of experience in sales, right? So it wasn't about lack of experience. Right. What was missing was that confidence that she desperately needed, right? And to be freed up from that worry of, am I going to reach my goals? And so in working together, we focused on a few key things. First of all, I wanted to encourage her to really identify what is the value that she can bring to her clients, right? So that was number one. What value can she bring to her clients? Second of all, what is it that she loves to do? What do you love doing? Yeah. We forget this in our day-to-day lives, right? We think about, where can I get the best ROI for my efforts? But we forget to ask ourselves, well, what do I love doing? Yes. So we got help to get clear on that. And then third, it was about identifying the obstacles. What were the obstacles that were standing in the way from her feeling her best, most confident self, right? So in doing that, I witnessed this incredible transformation take place in her, where it was especially when she really got clear on the value that she can bring her clients, and she started delivering that to her clients. What happened was she focused away from being afraid of being rejected. What if I don't make my goals? To I'm so excited to meet with my clients because I see that they are relieved because I'm bringing them a solution, yes. Right? Yes. So in getting really clear on her value, focusing on that, how can I serve my clients? She went from feeling afraid and kind of dreading the meetings to feeling that she couldn't wait for the next meeting. And pretty soon that had a ripple effect, because not only was she able to achieve her goals month after month after month, she soon had colleagues texting her, hey, I noticed you keep exceeding your quotas. What are you doing? Do you mind sharing with me? What are you doing? What's your secret? Yeah. Right? And so that had a ripple effect on others, and that means a positive impact on others. So that's the magic that I love to see happening in the clients that I work.
Ooh, you're the secret, Robin. You're the secret. So to share the secret, could you tell us about your book, like why you decided to write it and what the key takeaways are and how does it feel to be an author?
Sure. Yes. Well, so first of all, it's really exciting to be a first-time author. This is my first book, and there's quite a process that's involved in it. You know, when I first started, I was still in my role as a sales rep, and what happened was I was enjoying a lot of success in my role. And I was having a lot of people reaching out to me saying, hey, what are you doing? Do you mind sharing? I would share bits and pieces, but I wasn't sharing the biggest pieces. I wasn't sharing the core drivers of what was really moving the needle in my own success. It's not that I didn't want to share. I did want to share, but I didn't feel that they fit the traditional sales methodologies, right? And so I thought, well, it doesn't actually fit the model, so I'm not going to share it because people might dismiss it. Mm. Well, after a while, I realized I'm doing a disservice to people if I don't share. It's not fair of me to not share.
Right.
And I love to write. I've always loved to write. And so soon I really felt compelled to share this message in a book and bring all these different pieces together, right? All of the secrets of exactly what had helped me to succeed in sales was also what had helped me to enjoy incredible synchronicities in my life. I've just been so blessed, enjoying synchronicities, enjoying prosperity, enjoying adventure, enjoying love. I've had so much that I've really been blessed to enjoy, and it's all unified by one core message. And that's what I'm sharing in my book, along with some of the key strategies that really helped me in sales. So I've put all of that together into my heart-powered sales method, and that's the core of my book.
Now, I'm curious, how long did it take you to get that all in writing, how to put it all together?
Yes.
Asking for a friend.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, I am happy to talk offline with anyone who's going through the process, because it really is quite a process. So I wrote the first draft in about 6 months. It took me to write the first draft. But then you revise and you revise and you revise, and boy, it really takes a lot of work. And I highly recommend, after you've written the first draft, put it away for a month or two, send it off to some beta readers, right? Take a break from it and then come back to it. So to answer your question, Leslie, all being told, it's been about 1.5 years.
Right. Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. I don't know why I keep thinking about this book that came out, I'm sure in the 90s, called Love is the Killer App, but it just sounds like your approach is very similar to the message in that. I just love it.
Oh, I bet so. I'll have to look that up.
I love that. I love that. Okay. So to be clear, the title of your book is?
It is Heart-Powered Sales.
Okay.
Grow your sales exponentially with emotional intelligence and intuition.
Awesome.
Love that.
And so we'll drop that. We'll drop the title and kind of the book description in the comments.
Great.
Now, what we haven't said yet is it's not available yet.
Not yet.
We're teasing here because it hasn't actually hit shelves and the ebook isn't available yet. So what does the timing look like on that? Knowing that, life happens.
Yes.
But what is your goal?
Yes. So it should be out in a couple of months. Okay. I'm looking to be on track to release it in a couple of months. Okay. And so you are some of the first communities to know about this, which is really exciting. So it should be a couple of months.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Kudos. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm about to send it to my editor next week. So we're definitely in the final stages here. Yes.
I love that. I think we've talked with a couple of other authors over the years, and, I feel like we hear the same thing each time, which is like, I really didn't understand what an intense process this was going to be.
Yes.
Right. You're like,
Yes.
Oh, I'll write a book. And sometimes I think that comes from some people are like, I've written 20 books. And you're like, well, wow, if somebody's written 20, it must not be that hard. And then you
Yeah,
get in it and you're like, oh my gosh.
it is. It
And
is.
yeah, yeah. So I'll be sure to connect you with some of the other great authors in our community so that, we can add you into our little group.
Oh, I'd love
And
that. I'd
we
love
love to
that.
support each other. I think Valerie Alexander is not talking this year, but she's spoken for us the last couple of years. She's got some really great books. Tara Nicole does also have a book, and she is actually speaking right after you. She's doing
Yes.
her,
Yes.
resetting our money mindset. And you
Yes.
know what I'm hearing in all of this, and which I would love to dig into what's happening at the conference this year during the workshops, because all 4 of your messages. So from Lori kicking us off with opening your own brokerage, like actually how to do it, not why you should do it, not, what other people are saying about what
Not
it
are
felt
you
like
ready
to them.
yet?
No, none of that. Like
None of that.
actually, if Lori, she's like, let's get this done. Let's get her done. So she's really coming in to teach people how to get started to opening their brokerage. And then we have Beate coming in right after her. And if you've not had any interactions with her yet, Robin, oh my gosh. She's actually joining us on the show. So I encourage you to listen in, because she'll probably be teasing a little bit about her session as well. She's a growth architect, and she's written many books as well. And so she'll actually be talking about from the brokerage side of things, like that unique value proposition. And so I really think that the flow from her session into yours the next morning is going to be so perfect.
Yes, I am so excited about both of those workshops, all 3 of those workshops. And then I think you did a beautiful job of, like you said, creating that flow, because I really feel that the sequencing is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, we think so too. We're really, really excited about it. So let's talk about the event. So you're teaching our AM session on the 2nd of September.
Yes.
And of course, it is your signature now, heart-powered selling.
Yes.
We're very excited. First of all, we love to be in the first round of people who know things.
Great.
So thank you for telling your secret to us.
Yes.
We promise we won't keep it when you're ready to share it.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh goodness. So you are really helping not only our brokerage owners, but and also our sales, like our sales agents. So those women and those men in our community who are really part of our 3rd strong pillar inside this community. Those are the ones who work with and for our women in leadership, and really support them, right? They're their business partners, their mentors. But everyone in the community has some selling in what they do, right? And so that's what I really love about your segment. So why don't you kind of give like a highlight about the segment, and then let's talk about what's going to be in the workbook and the VIP kit.
Yes. Okay. So in terms of the workshop, one of the key takeaways that I'm really excited for people to walk away with is that you can work smarter, not harder. None of us needs to work harder, right? We're already tapped out often, and right. So this is one of the biggest tools that I want to give people and empower people with is how to work smarter, not harder. Because every single day we are faced with dozens of choices, tasks, decisions to make. Right?
Yes.
Where are you going to devote your energy and time and attention?
Yes.
So I'm going to really help you to focus in on that and find the tools so that you can quickly identify in every single moment, which way do I go, right or left? Do I need to course correct? And, how am I going to get to where I'm going with the greatest ease and joy?
Oh, I love that.
Oh, me too. You know what? And Leslie and I have had these conversations over the last 18 months, whether it's on the show or, furiously with our thumbs via text, about this concept of, really reinventing what our life looks like.
Yes.
Right. And she was talking, earlier about like, she's reinventing in I hate the term retirement because it doesn't really fit anymore. Like we need to rebrand that. The boomers need to rebrand retirement. Like I keep saying she's refiring into this next new season, right? Like this beautiful blossoming in the third act, right? And then we've got this really beautiful kind of wild, messy middle of the Gen Xers who are, raising middle school and up and building these careers and doing all of these things. And then you have the millennials who are coming right behind us, who are, some of them are in leadership, but most of them who decided to have a family are in the thick of that with little ones. Mm-hmm. And I think what we all know that we share is we have 24 hours a day. That's it.
That's it. Right.
No matter what your age, you always only have 24 hours a day. And the concept that you're talking about in this workshop about working smarter, not harder, I love the, if I may add, even like not longer, work smarter, not longer. Right. Because I hear it so often, like, we aren't like drilling bits in large pieces of iron to build buildings or, lifting garbage cans as garbologists. And we're not doing major physical work in our industry. Right. However, I think our harder is longer.
Yeah.
Like we can go on the day start early and they go way late. So I think that there's going to be a lot of magic in what you have to share around that. If we can get everyone thinking that there are so many ways harder shows up. Yes. You're so right about that. I love that. You're absolutely right, because the longer piece is there too. And a lot of us are kind of taught to wear that as a badge of honor. And so, let's kind of dismantle that and let's find a new way to do things, right? That feels more energizing and sustainable. Yes. Yeah. Amen. And a little woman. Okay. So I have to tell you this. Have either of you listened to Clarissa Piccola? I can't think of what her last name is. Estes. She wrote Women Who Run with Wolves. Uh-huh. I don't know if either of you, have you read it? Have either of you read any of her books? I know the title. Okay, so Women Who Run with Wolves was what the first book I was introduced, but she also wrote this book called Dangerous Women. It's really good. She's a storyteller and she tells a lot of stories from her ancestors, right? But she always says, whenever she says amen, she says amen and a little woman, because that's what her grandma used to say. So cute. So that's how I feel like we've got this beautiful re-engaging and reinventing what our workday looks like, right? How we work smarter. That's going to be so beautifully woven in. And one of the things we're doing this year, with it being virtual, is we're putting together a workbook. And so what can they expect kind of in the workbook from you, mm-hmm. Robin? What will that look like? Yeah, well, I really love that this is a workshop format, because it makes it more actionable, right? And so in the hour and a half that we spend together in my workshop, in the workshop that I'm facilitating, the workbook is designed as a companion, of course, to the information that I'll be sharing. And it's a way for the participants to really get clear on what they desire, what their goals are, and how to implement those into an action plan. So that is the key takeaway, and what they'll be able to walk away with is something that they can implement. It's a very simple tool that they can implement in their day-to-day lives to make sure that they stay on track for what they're really aiming to achieve. Mm. Okay,
yeah, so accountability is key, right? To yourself. Yes. Accountability to yourself.
Yes. Oh, good. Well, and this is where the squads come inside the community, right? We've got these amazing women and men who come together in their virtual tables and create these fun little images and create their text strings and communicate. But this worksheet that you're building, and that the other three facilitators are creating for the community, it's really about getting it soaked in, right? Yes. And I think that part of what we are missing in the virtual events, at least the virtual events that I'm attending, is, in particular the ones you can catch the replay, is we're not fully present. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. we're doing multiple things. It's kind of on in the background. And what I'm really excited to see with these worksheets, if I know there's a whole lot of gals and guys out there like me, like I like to fill in the blanks
Yes.
when I'm looking at a worksheet. Like
if
it says you will get
yes
when you do this, I'm like,
that's exactly what I'm doing.
What was the word?
Mhm. It's gratifying.
Always, I see Beverly is here and she's saying she likes to fill in the blanks also. I think that's going to be a real beautiful layer. Okay, so so we've talked about the worksheet, we've talked about the workshop. How about what is going in the VIP kit? What are you sprinkling inside there, Robin?
Yes. So I am thrilled to be offering the ebook of my new book, Heart Powered Sales. That will be available in the VIP bonus kit for everyone who upgrades to the VIP tickets.
Ooh.
Yes. So
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm thrilled to be offering that.
Ooh, I love that. And I think that you mentioned it won't be out before the conference.
Right.
So this is going to be like one of those surprise and delights in their inbox after the event.
That's right. That's right. Yes, to keep people, hopefully the timing will be absolutely perfect to remind people of, keep them on track in terms of what they've set out to do. So yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the event.
Me too.
So Robin, you are a treasure.
Oh,
are there any other thoughts that you'd like to share with our group? As long as we have you here, I'd be really happy to hear about anything you'd like to add on.
Sure. Yeah. What I would really like to say is I love the mission of WomanUP, and what I will be presenting in my workshop is let's look at a new way of selling that integrates who we are so that we can really lean in with our natural gifts, bring our natural gifts to the world, us as women, and truthfully as men as well, because the gifts that I am talking about, we all possess, whether we're men or women. Yes. But we women are naturally a little more inclined to use them, but we're not taught to use them. Right? And we're not encouraged and given full permission to use the breadth of these gifts. Yeah. So that's what I'm really excited to share.
So good. The interesting part about the switch this year, Robin, and you haven't been part of the community until this year. So this feels like the norm for you, but our conferences have traditionally been, 80 or 90 voices on stage in 2.5 days, and very, very fast paced, storytelling. And, when the pandemic put a pause on everything, we did a bit of a reinvention ourselves. Oh, wow. And we switched to these weekly conversations to tell the stories, right? So to kind of keep the inspiration going each week instead of saving all the stories till the end, right? To the big conference. And so we were now stepping into a season where we get to go deeper, and we get to talk with the facilitators and the trainers. And, one of the things that we haven't really talked about yet today is that circle up. And so after your session, so you've got about 90 minutes of content, and then we'll flow right into an hour with you.
Yes.
And I think that this is so important for everyone who is maybe on the fence or who has purchased their ticket but didn't know what the circle up was. Like after your workshop, the attendees actually get to ask you questions.
Yes.
Like you're gonna be in the hot seat, Robin.
That's gonna be the best part. I am so excited.
It's the best part. It's how you learn, right?
Yes.
Well, and we know that there's going to be lots of questions, and you've also helped us understand like some of the best questions to ask to dig deeper. And so we're going to have a great conversation after your workshop. Yes. And so I really, really want everyone, as they're planning out their days, to really set aside that 9 a.m. to noon for the content. And then of course we have our break, and then the 2 to 5. However, we also have other fun things going on throughout the day. So before we bring on some of our special guests who are going to talk about some of those things, what are you most looking forward to in the next 3 weeks before the event? Do you have something fun personally that's going on? Are you creating anything right now? Like, how can we help you? How can we send you some good energy over the next few weeks with real intention?
Oh, what a lovely question. Thank you. So for me personally, actually, I will be, as I mentioned, I'll be sending my final manuscript to my editor.
Okay.
That's next week.
Okay.
So with your lovely question of yes, send me those good vibes. That's what I'm really, really excited about. And, just really excited about, bringing all of that together. So, I think that's it.
I love it. Will you let us know on the group when you've hit send?
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
That would be so great. Yeah, just hop on over to the Facebook group and say, I did it.
Yes, that would be
We've launched.
Absolutely wonderful. Oh, and by the way, if anyone does want to be sure to be notified once the book is available, is released and available, they can feel free to go onto my website, and which is robintreasure.com/book. You can sign up to be notified there. You can also just send me a DM on Facebook or LinkedIn and just let me know, hey, put me on your list. I want to be notified, and I'll be happy to notify you.
Excellent. I'm actually dropping into the comments your LinkedIn profile so everyone can find you there. We did include your book link as well.
Great.
So exciting. So excited to, of course, share time with you today. This has been so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to your session. I'm really looking forward to finding the ways to weave it into what I do, not only here for WomanUP, right? To powering with my heart conversations with sponsors and vendors.
Yes.
Knock, knock, knock virtually on anyone else's door who's interested in having a conversation. But also, helping everyone who's in our community, right? Reminding them of that greatness that you are going to remind us of. So thank you so much for joining us today. I think you're going to stick around for a little bit while we bring a couple of our gals on to talk about what is happening in their neck of the woods around WomanUP. Let's see. Let us promote to panelist. So we have Pam and Melanie joining us, and what we were talking about earlier with the squads, and that we also have something going on in the morning. Oh, hi, Melanie. Melanie is actually part of the WomanUP team. Melanie, you want to share a little bit about what it is that you do and what you're here to share with us today?
Sure. My name is Melanie Mcshane, and I am a CAR employee. I have lucked into my absolute dream job, and I work with Sarah Sudachan, and I get to work with Deborah, and I get to work with Leslie. My title is Project Manager of Special Projects. So that encompasses things like WomanUP, also YPN, teams, top producers, new members. I get to touch our members in all kinds of ways, and I love it.
Awesome. And you are literally wrangling cats. You are heading up one of our squads that was so missed last year. I cannot believe we did not have this squad last year. So what squad are you putting together, Melanie?
So I haven't decided. It's either going to be the cat lady squad or it's going to be the cat lover squad. I have not decided quite yet. I mean, I don't really want to be that crazy cat lady quite yet, but I feel like I am some days. Today was one of those days. So I think it'll probably be cat lover squad, and I am putting together my squares right now. So if you want to be part of my squad, send me pictures of your kitty.
I'm going to do that.
Yay!
Sam is signing up right now.
I love it. I just don't know really what to say. Oh my gosh. I think that's going to be so much fun. So we do also, so real quick, how do they get you? How do they get your photo? Do they message WomanUP at car.org, or do they, where do they go?
They can message WomanUP, or they can send it to Melanie, MELANIEM at car.org.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Melanie. And of course, we have Pam with us. And those of you who attended last year know Pam. Pam is actually leading our AM yoga and meditation. And I believe you are also bringing together your Zen Squad again. Is that right, Pam?
Absolutely. Yes. I'm so
Yay.
excited. Yeah, it was just what a joy to be a part of this. Thank you so much. And to come back. And I just love the courageous reinvention theme this year, because that is exactly what yoga is. I mean, every time I get on the mat, it's an opportunity to check in and find out where I'm at. And then an opportunity to create something in the moment, set an intention, and walk off the mat in a totally different person, literally. So I invite people to do that. We're going to, tap into our breath, tap into our bodies, but then also really take the time to be quiet and pause, which I think is completely essential for reinventing anything. Is where am I at now? Where am I at this morning? What do I want to create today? And the class is going to be totally beginner friendly, but if you are a longtime yogi, you'll love it too. So I'll have 3 playlists. I'll have a really mellow one, I'll have a mixed one, and I'll have a fun one if you want to do your own music at home. Yeah, and if you would like to join my Zen Squad, we are a very, very cool group of people. And yeah, just DM me either on Instagram or Facebook and send me either the photo of your best or most fun yoga pose, or just your beautiful you. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know Pam, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, and where in the world are you? Because this is one of my favorite things about your story. And I think there's a lot of people here who don't know where you are sitting.
Yeah, I am. So my story is I'm the broker and owner of Yoga Bug Real Estate in Portland, Oregon. And I actually opened my own brokerage literally like 2 weeks before I had the honor of speaking on the WomanUP stage in 2019. And part of opening my brokerage was I decided, I needed a place to have my brokerage. And so I purchased this very adorable vintage Shasta Air Flight trailer, and it's my office, and that's where I'm at with Wonder Woman here. And so I bring my clients in here, and it's so much of what Robin was talking about, this heartfelt way of sales, and that bringing somebody into an environment where they feel relaxed and their eyes open, like, wow, this is a whole new experience. So that's where I'm at. I have the joy of working in this space.
So cool. So cool.
It's so much fun. And you know what I really, what I've loved seeing over these last couple of years, Pam, is your story evolve, right? About, you stepping out and saying, oh, I got what was it? 12 days? I got 12 days.
12 days.
I got 12 days before I'm sitting on that stage. I want to make this happen, to building this beautiful business that weaves in truly who you are. And those of you who are not following Pam, if you wouldn't mind putting your Instagram link in, Pam,
Sure,
and
I will.
ways that people can follow you, because you do these updates, and like sometimes they're like by a river, sometimes they're on the top of a mountain. I mean, they're all over the place.
They are. I mean, I feel so blessed to have found a way to take what I love, what feeds me, and to weave it into real estate, and to have a reason to go to the top of a mountain every week because I'm giving you the latest Portland Metro real estate news. I mean, it's truly, it is such an enormous gift, and I'm so grateful to have taken the courageous act to do it. And yeah, so please tune in. I'd love for you to go on my adventures with me, and I'd also love to follow your adventures. So.
Yay. Perfect. Yeah. And so it's a good time to say, if you're on Instagram or you've got a fun Facebook page that you post things like that, drop it in the comments so that when Pam exits the show today, she can follow you back. That would be wonderful. And look who we have here. One of our queen bees of squad creation from
I don't know if I go
2020.
that far.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all remember, but between Lisa and Sabrina, I think they had 20 squads. It was so great. Oh my goodness. Welcome, Lisa. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I'm going to apologize to Leslie right now. Yeah, we didn't do the cat squad last year, but I'm happy to see that the cat squad's going to be alive and well. And I'm bringing my Mookie with me for the cat squad. And we're doing the dog squad. So Lizzie will have a home, and we've got a lot of people all excited about the dog squad. And we're reviving the Nerdy Realtors Unite squad, which I think was our mega squad last year. I don't even know how many members we have.
Yeah, I think it may have rivaled my wine squad.
Yeah, it was a lot. And we're having another new one this year.
Ooh.
And it is the Deliberately Fair Housing Squad from our Deliberately Fair Housing Facebook group, which is almost at 1,600 members. So that should be a pretty good sized squad too.
Excellent. Well, and I think we had some questions last year that you kind of dispelled the myth of like, how are you inviting people to your squad? And so how are you inviting people to your squads, Lisa?
Well, it was easy for two of them because I still had the groups on Facebook Messenger groups. So I just sent them out this morning, and you guys on, and they're all, yeah, we're in. And, just reach out, contact people through Facebook, contact people on Messenger, ask your friends, the ones that are going to be coming to WomanUP and the ones that need to be coming to WomanUP so they can hear my wonderful friend and business partner, Lori Damazzi, talk about getting your brokerage off the ground, which I like to think of ourselves as a little WomanUP success story in that regard. And
certainly are.
Yeah, invite your friends and do the virtual wine tasting. We've got a few of us going to get together this year for that, so we can hardly wait.
Excellent. Well, yeah, and that's a really good point. I think that one of the things that, obviously we weren't able to bring everybody together in person. And we are very grateful that we didn't plan an in-person and then have to cancel the in-person, which we would have had to at this point. So, however, you are still able to get together with one another in small groups. Mm-hmm. And so get together with your boxes of wine from the Mondavi sisters and sip together. I mean, it's about you being together and being safe. And so if you've got women and men who are attending that are local, creating local squads like that and getting together to have your wine tasting or getting together to listen to the workshops, that's really what the WomanUP community is about. And before I forget, I want to say you said something that triggered the number 5 tip on the squads page is create a text string, whether it's on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, to keep each other connected and accountable throughout the year, just checking in. And the dog squad, we definitely did that. And like you're saying, it was very easy to reconnect for this one. So that's a success story for the squads as well. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. So you've got a dog squad, nerdy squad, deliberately fair housing squad.
Any other squads that I'm missing?
I don't know. Well, you did do the dance squad last year.
That's
I think.
True.
I think you did do that one. Although when we were in the virtual world and we could dance, it was a little bit different. So we'll maybe have to reignite the dance squad when we're able to get back in person. But we'd love to know in the comments, like, what squad are you thinking about creating? The beauty of the squads is that there's no rules. You can have 3 people in a squad. You can have 33 people in a squad. It can be however many you want. You can be in as many as you want. It really is about building connection with each other in these virtual times. So, it's one of the beauties of technology. It allows us to meet people in a new way. We had a lot of people meeting each other for the very first time through the squads. So you don't have to already know these people. If you want to be in the wine squad, Just say, Deborah, I want to be in the wine squad. If you want to be in the nerdy realtor squad, let Lisa know. If you want to be in the Zen squad or the cat squad or the dog
You can
squad,
be in as many squads as you
you're
want.
never going to hear
You're not
no.
limited.
Yeah, you're not going to hear no. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I really am really looking forward to the event this year, and seeing all of you there, of course. Let's do a quick round robin about what you're most excited about at the conference this year. What are you excited about, Leslie? I'm going to start with you. Have you had a chance to think about what's calling you?
Well, I have had a chance to order my wine, so I'm really very excited about that that kickoff. And honestly, I think the theme that's going to kind of thread through all of the workshops is where we are today, you know, and how the last year and a half have changed us, have distilled our realities and our goals. And I'm just really excited about learning from everybody, regardless of what the particular topic is, because I'm not at that stage in my career where that's the immediate part. It's really kind of learning from others, you know, and seeing where I can fit in. So I'm really excited.
Oh, that's so good. How about you, Robin?
Sorry, unmuting there. Yeah, I think that I am really looking forward to, you know, first of all, just learning about some of the challenges and hopes and dreams that people have in the live Q&A. So that I'm really excited about that. And I'm also excited to learn more about, you know, some of the nuts and bolts that are taking place on the first day. You know, you said that how you're going to get specific action, you know, how to take action if you're going to open a brokerage or grow your brokerage. So I'm really excited to see about those actionable items, and then how that can be combined, you know, with what I'm teaching on the second day, and then with the money mindset piece. So it all just will tie together beautifully, and I'm really excited to see all of that.
Yay, wonderful.
Mhm.
How about you, Pam? What are you most looking forward to?
I am most looking forward to focusing, I think, you know, just taking it all in. And I'm sure we all have this experience, pulled in so many directions throughout the day, and I'm always coming back to my focus, but I feel like this is going to be a great opportunity to just pull it in and reinvent and just soak it up and digest. And I'm ready for that. End of summer is the perfect time to do that.
I love the word focus too. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. So I'm right there with you.
Mhm.
Melanie, how about you? What are you looking forward to? This
I think-
behind the scenes. You've been part of so much of this. Like you're like, what are you most excited about?
I'm very much like Pam. I'm super excited about the fact that we are so focused, and we're taking a deeper dive on these topics. And instead of just getting a little bit of a lot of great stuff, we're getting a lot on a few great topics. And so I'm super excited that we are being a little more intentional and taking a really deep dive on a few topics, and you know, not just covering it, but then the Q&A afterwards, I think, is fabulous.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Bring it home for us, Lisa. What are you looking forward to at the conference?
I'm looking forward to seeing my friends, even if it's virtually. It's just such a great time to be able to get together, because you're connecting online, you're connecting offline. You know, the person that's coming down to join Lori and I for the wine is Susie Dunkel Soto. She's driving from Alhambra, way up in LA County, all the way down here to South Orange County, just so the three of us can hang out for the wine tasting, and just to be able to see everybody. Of course, we're going to get nuggets of all sorts from all of the speakers. I can hardly wait for that. But I just miss my people. So any opportunity to connect.
Amen. And she's in the deliberately fair housing community as well. She's one of the leaders over there as well. So I'm assuming she's on that squad as in addition to the wine squad. I love that. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the WomanUP community that I am most looking forward to, as well as seeing all of the dots reconnected. Right. When we come together, it's very easy to, you know, rush from hug to hug and go. And we kind of reignite ourselves when we are in person, and we can still do that virtually. Right. The beauty of the Circle Up sessions is we'll be able to see each other's faces, It's not going to be us looking at a screen. We'll actually be able to see one another. So it's a good time to get your hats and your t-shirts and your mugs so that people can see, that you got the Woman Up mug, show your Woman Up pride, but also that, to Lisa's point, we'll be able to see each other's smiles. We have Zooms all week, yes, but we don't have Woman Up Zooms with everyone every week. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing all of the smiles as well. All right, ladies, my goodness, thank you so much for joining us all the way around, Robin and Melanie and Pam and Lisa, and of course, my amazing co-host, Leslie. Thank you, ladies, so much for investing in the community. We'll see you all next week. Remember, Beate is on the show and Lori Namazi is on the show. So they will be talking about their sessions, and we'll probably have more wave makers to talk about something else fabulous. So until then, buy your tickets, get your wine, find your squad, and buy your swag. Mwah. See you later.
Woo. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.